Power BI MCP is here and I give it a try, and I'm here to show you step by step how to do it, how to ask questions about your data and let the LLM answer you, give you insights, and even more, you can ask the LLM to do actions and it know to do it. Like in a second, a bulk operations like hide a lot of columns in one runtime, or maybe give it descriptions, changing measures. This is amazing, and I'm here to show you in a simplest way how to use it. So let's start.
Oh, Dad, my money.
Before I'm starting to show you how to do it, like the real action, I want to take a step back and to explain in a high level all of the idea of what we are doing, because we are the data people, the BI. We are not familiar with this, with all of these terms like MCP, LLM. I want to explain to you the idea before we are starting the actions. So let's start with that. What is MCP in the context of Power BI? MCP is basically the short of Model Context Protocol. In our world, it's acting like a bridge between the LLM and the system that we are working with. In our case, is Power BI. So LLM is AI. It's like the large language model we are choosing to do. We are choosing to work with. So we have the Power BI tool and we want to connect it to some LLM model. So in order to do that, we need the gateway, the bridge to to allow us to do it easily. So Microsoft basically created the MCP, the Model Context Protocol, to allow us to do that. We have a MCP that already know which actions we are allowed to do, how to authentication works in the MCP, what the semantic structure look like, how the LLM is allowed to instruct with Power BI. All of these capabilities, all of this setting already exist in the MCP. And because of that, we don't need to build our own APIs or integrations logic, because we have the MCP. So from our side, we simply connect to the relevant MCP server and interact with the exposes tool. When we understand the idea of MCP, we can start talking about our use cases. And we have two MCPs, two types of MCPs. Microsoft released Modeling MCP server and Remote MCP server. We have here in the documentation. Basically, the difference is the Modeling MCP is allow us to do actions in our files, in the desktop files, like PBIX or PBIP. We can connect to the semantic model and do actions like creating measures, changing the metadata and stuff like that. And the remote MCP server is querying the data. It's connecting to the service side, and we can ask questions about our data, get insights, and this LLM know to read the data and give us the answers. So this is the two different type of MCP we have. One to modify the semantic model, and the other one is read only for our from the semantic model and give us answers. The model in MCP cannot read the data. It only allows us to do actions modified the semantic layers. And the remote MCP cannot do the actions the modeling do. So it's like a separate two MCPs. Each one have his own purpose. Okay, so the one thing that we have to remember before we are starting using it is the MCP servers, both of them connecting to our semantic layer, not the report size. It's not, if you ask it to create something on the report side, like creating pages, changing color in the visuals or something like that, it won't work because it only works on the semantic layer. And the same thing for the remote MCP. And this is like obvious because it reads the data and the data exists only in the semantic side. So we only work here with semantic models. The report side is not included in the MCPs, maybe in the future, but right now this is the way it works. So this is like one thing that we should remember. And one more thing, people ask about Power BI on-prem. If you're working with report server and you want to connect it to the MCP, is it allowed? So the answer is no. The remote MCP is connecting to service, so this is obviously won't work for you. And also Modeling MCP is relying of a modern structure of the Power BI desktop and also connect in some way to API. It needs service side, so no, it won't work for you in the on-prem. I'm going to show you how to use it with VS Code. This tool allows us to use Copilot and use it as the chat for LLM. And is there another ways to use the MCPs? So we can use it. You can see also tutorials about that, how to use it with Claude Desktop. But beside that, you don't have any other tools that allow you to use that. Maybe ChatGPT Enterprise, but this is not something like that support that Microsoft support. MCP only works with tools that support running MCP, authentications with auth or Entra, play external tools, and working with file system networks. And if you have any tool that do that, you can use the MCP with that. But beside that, there is no user-friendly UX UI tool that allow your user to use this tool. So this is it, the theoretical part. Let's start with the actions. Okay, so go to the MCP server overview documentation in a Microsoft site. You can copy this link. I will put it in the details of this video. And here you can read more about that, the capabilities and much more information that maybe you interested in. But to make it happen, it's basically pretty much easy. I'm going to show you how to do it with VS Code. VS Code is a tool. It's like a developer tool. If you don't know this yet, it's like a way to run code. We can also use it with Git control if you are interested in like a version control with Power BI. But for our case, it's going to help us to run the MCP and use the Copilot chat to talk with Power BI. So this is a VS Code. So go to Google the VS Code download and download for Windows. So this is the tool we are going to use. And the first MCP I'm going to show you is the MCP who changed things in the Power BI files in the desktop, is the Modeling MCP. And to use it, you need to download extension in the VS Code. So let's go to, if you want to use it, you go to here to the next steps and then get started with Modeling MCP server. And here you can download and also read about the extension that we need, but I'm going to show you how to do it. Go to VS Code. This is the extension area here. And this is the extension, one of the extension that we need. Power BI Modeling MCP server. You can see it's published, verified with Microsoft. So this is the one we need. Just install it. And we need two more extensions. Here, the GitHub Copilot chat. this one we need, and also GitHub Copilot, also verified with GitHub. So this two extension from GitHub Copilot we need in order to make it work. After we did it, we need to make it happen. So you see this little icon of chat, just click on it. It's going to open you here this window of an agent. And here you can choose the model you want to work with. So this is the for you to use. I heard that there is some of known issue with Gemini models, so check that. I'm not sure, but just make sure that you're using the model that can help you. And to be sure that the chat is connected to the MCP, we can go here to the configure tool, and this windows appear, and we can see all of the tools that connected to the chat, and we can see the Power BI Modeling MCP here also is already checked. So make sure that you see it. And before, don't do the thing that I do, and I start chatting with him and not knowing why it cannot connect to my model. Just be sure that the model that you want to work with is open. So as I said, it's supposed to be PBIP or PBIX, and it connects to the semantic layer. It means it won't do filters or anything here in the visual level. It can change things here in the structure of the tables, create table, create measure, changing here, or even here in the descriptions. We can do that. I will show you everything here. And it can change relationship, all of the metadata that we can think about. So let's start with the demonstration. So back in here to the chat, let's make it like bigger. And let's ask him to connect to playground. This is the name. Model. Let's see what it can say. Let's clarify, because I also have this to connect to the remote MCP. This is the PBIX desktop, which currently open. Okay, you can see it now to run the correct MCP modeling. So we are on a way. It connects to our local host of Playground. So this is it. It's still running. It's you can see the steps. It do his job. This is it. Okay, so we are ready. Let's start. I have this model, and I want to let's start with some easy stuff. I have this dollar sign, so I want it to do to all of the measures. So let's do that. When it run, I want to say that in each run of this chat, we using a lot of tokens, because let's remember that we are sending to the LLM all of the model structure, and it takes a lot of tokens, which can be expensive. So we should remember that, keep it in mind before we will start and use it, maybe in the organization we are working in. Okay, I don't know why, this is the way AI work. Maybe you need to train it a bit, but it said, okay, I will do that. Okay, but I ask you to do that. So I said, do it. And then it ran the right action and asked me to say, are you sure? So I said, yes. And it ran the operation. And so when I'm back here, you can see all of the measures are started with a dollar sign. Okay, so this is like nice. Let's see if I have descriptions. So you see, I don't have description to the measures. Let's tell him to do that. Yeah. Okay, it say that it finished. So let's see if it really does. I don't see it did anything. So this is like a live demonstration. I don't want to edit it because I want you to see that this is like that, not like a straightforward. This is not only things that you are only struggling, and in the tutorials everything is work, because you see I told him to do it and it's still like give me a list of actions. Still, okay, iterate it here. Maybe this time it work. Yeah, okay. So you see it gives a description, maybe not that good description, and maybe we can still talk it and be more clarified about the way we wanted to describe the measures, like give more details about it. Let's do one more action. I wanted to hide all of the columns that is the IDs, because this is something that I don't want the stakeholder to see. This is not relevant in the report. So let's tell him that. Hide all of the IDs columns. Yeah. Let's see if it will do it in one order, in one prompt. Maybe it's the model that I choose. You know, it's still like a learning because it's new. Okay, let's see. It's still in an action. Let's give it a time. Okay, you can see it. We don't have here what it want. Okay, it said that it finished. If I say view hidden, you can see it is something that it does. So it's like actions that we do and takes time, like a bulk. It can do it in bulk in one time run, and if even if it takes like 1 minute, it's probably much faster that if we did it. So it's a nice way to make our life easier. Walk and go through all of the columns that we can hide, go and give descriptions. Maybe if we want to change all of the measures name, and even better, go find mistakes in the dots in the measure and fix it. We can do that. So this is the Modeling MCP. Go play with it. This is very fun, and you can see sometimes I ask him something and I need to ask it again. This is like the way we play with LLM, and until we figure out what we want. So this is for the Modeling MCP part. Now we are moving on to the Remote MCP. Okay, moving on. Remote MCP is the one that we can read data and answer us questions about the data. Getting back to the documentation part, and we are now getting started with Remote MCP. And here we need to install Power BI MCP extension. When you click in on it, it will ask you to open Visual Studio, and it will ask you to download the extension from Visual Studio. The extension look like that, and you need to install it. Okay, so this is the extension. And one more important point, you need to go to the admin center, the admin portal, and go and search for MCP. And you can see here we have a user can use the Power BI model control context protocol server endpoint. And this is obviously preview, and we should enable it, because if we don't, it won't work. So make sure you do that. So in the remote part, as I said, we connect to the service. So we need to be sure that we have semantic model in our workspace, and we need to go and click on the semantic model like I did here. Okay, and we need the semantic model ID. It looks it here in the URL. You go after the data sets, you go and copy that. Okay, you need it because we are going to ask the LLM to connect to this data set. So back to our chat. let's reopen the chat, make it bigger. And again, go to setting and be sure you have this Power BI remote because this is the MCP we need right now. Okay, so we can start from a new chat. Okay, the previous chat it doesn't remove it. It only here in the sessions area, and we can also archive that. So let's start. I want to connect to a semantic layer, semantic model in the service, and this is the ID. Let's see if it know to use the right MCP. Okay, you see it know to use the Power BI Remote MCP, and I'm going to allow that. Let's give it a time to finish the actions. And after that, we are going to be able to ask questions about our data. Let's open the report side just to see the data and maybe prepare some questions. So, okay, it tell me that it finished, and we can start asking. It also suggests like a question that we can ask. Let's start with asking how many orders we have, just to know we are good. In the background, it running a DAX query, and from the DAX it return the answers. So here it is. You can see we have this amount of orders, and also it's show, even I didn't ask for that, the distinct order, the count of the orders. So this is something that it give us, and this is the correct number. We can ask in the specific dates because we have the table here. Let's say how many orders we have for class age, for example. Let's see, it gives us an answer. Let's see. It's the exact number it know to return. So this is the remote MCP. As you can see, it's pretty much easy to implement. VS Code, installing the extensions, and this is it. Obviously, if you're working with a service, you need to go and enable the feature. And this is it. This is it, guys. Let me know if you have any questions or any idea or thoughts. Just comment and I will answer you. I'm here for you. If you want to talk with me, I'm also available on LinkedIn. So search for me or That My Money on LinkedIn, and I'm here to hear all of your thoughts and questions. See you in my next video. Bye bye.